David, you've been recognized by Greater Mankato Growth for your efforts on the Mankato Sports Commission, as well as playing a lead role on the Public Affairs Steering Committee and last year's Journey of Leadership event, which featured the Davis family. These are all very different volunteer efforts. So how do you decide what opportunities to participate in?
Sure. You know, as I look at those three different opportunities, I kind of come back to a couple things that are relevant. One of which is, you know, my wife and I are fortunate enough to have two wonderful boys who are very active and have participated in a number of different sports. And so as their sports have allowed us to enjoy other parts of the Mankato community, but also go to other regions, the Mankato Sports Commission was a natural for us, or certainly for me, as we tried to help, I think, support our sports groups locally, invest in additional facilities, and certainly grow that tourism part of it. As it relates to the steering committee, being a professional and certainly calling this place a wonderful community to both work, live, and play in, I think it's important for us to stay engaged around how do we advocate for our region. And so certainly being around other very smart and strategic minds on the committee have been helpful from that standpoint. And then finally, as it relates to the journeys of leadership, I think what defines our region are these wonderful families and businesses that employ a tremendous amount of people, many of which are represented in this room here today. And the Davis family is certainly one of them. And so it was easy for me to say I'm willing to help recruit them to be our speaker this last year.
Sandra, can you tell us a little bit more about the City Center Campus Coalition and what the goals of that program were?
As a visitor, when you come to Mankato, it's especially when it comes to the convention side and meeting side, it's hard to find, you know, a place for hundreds of people to come and visit and stay and to keep everybody connected. And one of the good opportunities that we had was to utilize the City Center Hotel, the Hilton Garden Inn, and the Verizon Center to form a great coalition that we all can support and work together to make groups be interested in coming to Mankato. We have a very vibrant downtown. It's absolutely stunning. And it was a way for all of us to pool our resources together and really show off how great Mankato is to the rest of the state.
Betty, what is it about the Mankato City Center that you're so drawn to and for revitalization?
I think those two activities brought together multi-generational activities, and I think I just love that. And at both the City Art Walk, that was such an eye-opener this last year, and so much fun to watch the children come with their sketchbooks. And then we had the retired groups just out for a walk and all experiencing that beautiful art that we have. And it's the same thing with the Live After 5. It's a wonderful experience.
What volunteer activity are you most proud of that you can say you had a hand in, and why? Let's start with David again.
One of the more recent activities for me was the sales tax extension that occurred this past election. For our region to invest in new facilities and certainly existing facilities, the sales tax extension was a core and critical piece. I'm very proud of the fact that our community came together and overwhelmingly approved the opportunity to invest in this region.
I think one of the biggest successes is doing the research and development with the Sports Commission, being able to put together a plan for us as Greater Mankato to provide sales and marketing to other communities throughout the state and be able to showcase what a great community we are, and putting together a coalition with the Sports Commission, being able to bring visitors into town that are going to spend their hard-earned dollars and help pay our tax dollars is a great opportunity. I'm really proud that we are really moving forward full steam in attracting visitors here.
Well, mine's a little bit more fun than these guys. I have been with City Center Partnership marketing for, again, I'm really not sure how many years, but many years ago we started the Shop Small. And in the beginning, I, along with many other volunteers, just went to businesses one by one and said, hey, will you put up these flyers? Will you have a little giveaway? And it was a struggle. I would say that it you know, to say that it was successful was probably maybe a little generous, but these last few years, and to see how it's growing and the people out there, and the people coming to the town, the city center to see all these businesses, it's just phenomenal.